Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another e-commerce for retail webinar. Looks like I have some ad sailors outside my window today. So we've got a focus on the search engine optimization, or SEO, today. My name's Tammy, and I'm the digital marketing exec at Retail NZ. So this webinar will introduce you to the world of SEO to help you strengthen your e-commerce game. If you have any questions, please feel free to pop them into the question section and I'll answer them at the end of the webinar. So 88% of consumers who do a local search on their smartphone will either visit or call a store within a day. So say you're a gift store and a potential customer is looking to pick up a candle or a scarf on their way home. So they do a really quick search to see what's nearby. And in this scenario, it's really important to be on their radar. 92% of searchers will pick businesses on the first page of their local search results, or SERP, Search Engine Results page. So it's vital to get your website on that first page. Just to put things into context, this webinar is the first step. In part 2, I'll show you how to apply your research, including optimizing and describing your images, getting optimized for rich results, ensuring your pages are fast loading, etc. And in part 3, I'll walk you through how to get your content out there and be where your customers are. Here's a quick rundown of what we'll be covering. I'll show you what tools you need. Then I'll take you through the main steps of keyword research. So defining your goals, finding keywords, building your keywords list, and then iterating that list. And then I'll show you how to map your golden search terms to different stages of your customer journey. All right, let's get started with setting up your SEO tools. To get a really clear picture of your customers' online habits, make sure you've got the following tools set up. First off, Google Analytics. For e-commerce, harnessing your customer data is essential. It's free to use and straightforward to set up, so it's not much harder than setting up a Facebook account. But if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. So when you get to this bit of the setup, hit that copy button to copy the code for the global site tag and either paste it into the head of your website code, or if you're using a platform like Shopify, you can just paste it into the Google Analytics bit of your Shopify admin page. With Google Analytics, there's a wealth of data from which you can gain customer insights. You can see real-time reports of which of your pages are most popular and where your website visitors or users are coming from to get to your website. So in this example, you can see that 67% of people found our website via a Google search. Here's a snapshot in time of what a behavioral flowchart looks like. It's essentially showing the trends in your website's traffic, what's popular, and how people navigate to and from different parts of your website. Here you can see people come in through our website homepage and then navigate to the contact page, our partners page, the resources page, our membership page, or they use our search bar. The second tool to get set up is Google Search Console. During setup, you'll be presented with step-by-step instructions on how to verify your website so that you can get into your Google Search Console dashboard. The dashboard looks like this. Google Search Console gives detailed analytics on search traffic and performance, and it's designed to help you optimize your website content for search. So a key action for getting SEO set up is to submit a sitemap. In your Google Search Console, go to Sitemaps and then pop your sitemap URL in. Platforms like Shopify or Squarespace both automatically generate XML sitemaps, which means all you have to do is type sitemap.xml and then hit submit. Just to give you a bit of background info, a sitemap is a list of all the pages on your website that your customer can navigate to starting from your home page. Submitting your sitemap helps Google find and index valuable pages on your site. This means your store will appear on Google search results and, of course, bring in more customers. So once you've submitted your sitemap, you can identify and fix crawling errors in the coverage section. If you have any errors, you can click into the individual problem, hit that Learn More button, and Google presents to you the details of what's wrong and gives you a step-by-step guide on how to fix these errors. Now, we've all seen the old 404 error before. If you've got dead links on your website, be sure to remove or redirect these dead pages to live pages before your customers go find what they want elsewhere. You also want to set up a Google Ads account, which is free to use and super easy to set up. We're not going to be talking about ads today, but I'll go into detail on how you can use Google Ads tools for free later in the webinar. So the sooner you get your Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Google Ads set up, the sooner you can start collecting valuable customer data and insights. You can get a really good idea of what your customers are interested in, what drives them, and where they spend their time. And then you can build a system that's good for seeing how they want to engage. And then you can prioritize what matters to them and communicate in a way that makes sense to them. Essentially, you want to understand who your customers are and define how you want to attract them to your website. So now let's jump into the keyword research component of SEO marketing. As with any business strategy, you'll want to start with defining your goals and building your SEO marketing strategy around them. Some examples of SEO goals could be improving your brand awareness to drive more organic traffic, attracting more leads or target customers, generating sales with ready-to-buy customers, or strengthening your relationship with existing customers, creating brand evangelists. Now, once upon a time, the customer journey was relatively linear. Nowadays, it's important to consider omni-channel retailing. The omni-channel experience is seamless between different physical and digital areas. So your strategy should accommodate for how your customer interacts with you in many ways, from word of mouth to social media to your bricks and mortar store. So the entire experience should be consistent and work as a whole rather than in parallel. Now, there's a few different ways you can find your keywords, such as your major competitors' websites, Google search results pages, Google Chrome add-on called Keywords Everywhere. There's a website called Answer the Public and a website called Ubersuggest. Now, we'll be going into more detail around this soon. Essentially, you want to look for patterns and insights and really get to know your customers. Before you start your keyword research, note down your main topics or seed keywords. For example, a books and stationery store might have the seed keywords books, stationery, technology, toys, and gifts. So figure out your top 5 to 10 keyword topics and then embark on your research. The drop-down menu of your competitor's website can give you a wealth of search terms. For example, if you're a gift store, looking at TP Wellington's navigation area, this gives you an idea of where to start. They've got decor, bed linen, sleepwear, glassware. They've also got some brand names in the jewelry section. So if you stock a popular brand, be sure to include this in your SEO. You can also look at the auto-generated search results in a website search bar. So here I've searched for heaters and Mitre 10 has given me suggested popular products and their top queries. So if I was selling heaters, I can see that via their search bar, there's a lot of people that search for panel heaters as well as convector heaters and so on. And of course, Google itself gives you popular suggestions at the bottom of the page. So I've searched for maroon scarf NZ and Google's showing me that lots of people also search for cotton scarves, infinity scarves, and silk scarves, etc. Now, with keywords everywhere, it's a Chrome browser add-on that you can find in the Chrome Web Store. It goes further to show you popular keywords beyond the ones in Google's related searches area. So you can see under the 8 results that Google displays, keywords everywhere shows me more keywords like elegant evening shawls, men's scarves, merino scarves, and wool wrap NZ. Over on the website Answer the Public, it's a handy website where you can view popular searches and you can target it by country. So here I've searched for polarized sunglasses, and Answer the Public shows popular related search terms. I've specified the search location to New Zealand, and I can see in the darker green dots that polarized sunglasses for fishing, polarized sunglasses NZ, and polarized sunglasses, is it worth it, are some of the popular search terms. With the website Ubersuggest, this also allows you to see NZ only results, and we can get an idea of search volume. So I've searched for a winter coat, and I can see that in the colder months, the search term's very popular, and then it peters out over the warmer months. Now that you know where to look for your keywords, you can start building your keywords list. It could be as easy as popping words into an Excel doc. So based on your research, you want to build up a library of keywords for your seed keyword topics. Now here's an example for a baby and children's store with the seed keyword topics: strollers, clothes and shoes, books, and travel. So for the keyword topic stroller, we have the keywords buggies, prams, and a couple of stroller brands like Bugaboo and Mutsi. Now, if we look at this in action on Global Baby's website, Global Baby is a children and baby store in Auckland. So we can see how naturally their strollers page incorporates their keywords. It says, Global Baby offers a range of NZ's best baby strollers, prams, buggies, and pushchairs. We stock quality, stylish, and high-end European strollers from the Bugaboo and Mutsi range, and New Zealand's own Edwards & Co. We have both single and double baby strollers and prams, as well as a range of strollers, accessories, and adapters. Our stroller and pram range are competitively priced and available either online or from our Auckland baby store. So this page is searchable via a range of terms, so different customers can find the same thing in different ways. And on top of that, it's SEO that's localized. This page mentions Auckland and New Zealand. So once you've got a rich library of keywords, let's cut it down to the essentials. And I'm about to explain how you decide which words are worth keeping for your customers. In Google Ads, under Tools and Settings, you can access your keyword planner, which is free to use. This is where you can copy and paste your big list of keywords and see which ones get a lot of traffic. Now, once you've uploaded your words, check out the historical metrics and order the column that shows the number of average monthly searches, as well as competition. So competition refers to the number of advertisers all around the world that's bidding for that particular keyword. With high volume in an average monthly search means loads of traffic, while over in competition, low competition can indicate specificity. So you want a harmony of good volume and specificity to suit your goals. Be sure that your main pages include your best keywords. For example, here we've got a list of words for the children's store, with Auckland having a high volume of monthly searches, but also globally it has low competition. The same for Te Reo Māori. So these are words good for an Auckland children's store that sells books in Te Reo. It's really important to iterate your list of keywords based on the data and don't just guess and assume your customers' interests. Over on the forecast tab, we can see that Auckland and baby clothes get the most forecasted clicks and impressions in New Zealand. So Google also shows you the potential cost of if you're running a Google AdWords campaign, but don't worry about that for now. In this webinar, we're just focused on getting organic search traffic with your keywords without the help of ads. So when you start culling your big list of keywords, be sure to have a good balance between high traffic and specificity, as well as a healthy mix of long and short tail keywords. So these are exactly as they sound. Short tail keywords could be, for example, craft beer. It's quite general, it's quite short. And then a long tail keyword would be behemoth beer stockists near me. Next, you want to map your keywords for different stages of the customer journey. Now, just while we're on the topic of the customer journey, remember, when you're planning for the customer experience of today, you need to think holistically, and SEO is just one of the elements of your overall omni-channel strategy. It is a key element though, so be sure to get it right. Okay, so here we can see a basic customer journey funnel with the top of the funnel or tofu, middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel. So your customers will be moving through the awareness stage to the consideration stage to the decision stage where they make a purchase or they decide to make a purchase. And then after that, you're fostering existing customer relationships and again, potentially creating brand evangelists. So here, let's take this simple customer journey framework and map keywords to it accordingly. User intent is different across different stages of the customer journey. So for example, is bison meat healthy is a search term made by someone who's just learning about bison meat, whereas where to buy bison meat clearly shows intent to purchase. It's important to consider user intent when optimizing your keywords. So for example, if you've got a blog page or an info page, this might be more suited for the top of the funnel to attract leads to your website. Whereas with product pages, these are for people that are closer to the purchase stage and includes the keywords like where to buy bison meat. I know bison meat's a bit of a random example, but I hope you find it memorable. All right, so here are some quick actions to get you started. Oh, and I would recommend maybe screenshotting this. Get your SEO tool set up, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Google Ads. And then you want to define your target market. So if your target market was a person, what would they look like? What would they be interested in? What motivates them? What are their desires? What are their fears? Basically, who is your customer? And then make a big list of keywords that belong to your overarching seed keywords. And usually this could just be your main product categories. And then upload your list of keywords to the Google's keyword planner and make a short list of words that strike a harmony of traffic volume and targeted specificity. All right, the next chapter is optimization, which includes practical actions you can take to make your website more searchable by your customers. And I will be showing you the best ways to apply that hot list of keywords to your website. And of course, if you're finding yourself pressed for time, our friends at Harper Digital can help. And if you're a Retail NZ member, good news, you've got 50% off the setup fees. All right. Let's have a look at what questions have come through. Cool. So here Alex has asked, how can I create an omni-channel experience? Good question, and that is a whole nother webinar. For example, just off the top of my head, an omni-channel experience that connects your bricks and mortar to your digital space could be simply displaying that you are, if you're on social channels, simply displaying that in your store, maybe in a print on the wall or a little sign near the checkout, and that can drive your physical in-store customers over to your social page, and so you can communicate with them both in person and via social media. Another one from Sam is, what is XML? XML is basically just a type of doc. So like you can save your Word doc in PDF or in just a Word doc format. Similarly, XML is a type of document. Cool. And how do I know, oh, thanks, Rebecca. So Rebecca's asking, how do I know whether my SEO words are working? That's a really, really good question. Of course, a really good way to tell is to track your SEO changes. So for example, if you've got a web page that you're looking to optimize, and then you make these SEO changes, you really want to track whether or not this has, over maybe a week or a month, affected the amount of traffic on that particular page. Awesome. And all our questions will be published on our website, as well as the recording of this webinar. And on top of that, I will be sending out an email tomorrow, which is a survey. And in that survey, you can let me know what you'd like to see next. So some of the topics that people have shown interest in are social media and content marketing to attract your customers and capture your leads. And this also strengthens your relationship with existing customers. You can also opt for using customer data and insights to help you with targeted marketing. And this basically creates a really great customer journey. So for example, you can target your abandoned carts with recovery campaigns. And you could also, so if you want to learn more about upselling and cross-selling, which is adding value to your e-commerce shopping experience. All right. And as always, if you have any questions that pop up at any time, be sure to get in touch. My name's Tammy, and you can reach me directly via the email address marketing@retail.kiwi. So thanks for your time. I hope you found this useful, and enjoy the rest of your day.